What is up? I'm JP and today we are playing Photographer's Edition of Overrated, Underrated. If you don't know what this is where I give quick thoughts on random different things to do with photography. And I tell you whether they are overrated or underrated. I've seen creators in other niches doing videos like this, so I thought, hey, why not do a Photographer's Edition? Let me know in the comments below whether there's an item, a process, something to do with photography that you think is either incredibly underrated and undervalued, or you think is so overrated and people need to stop doing it. Let's kick things off with brand fanboys. I think that is incredibly overrated. I don't think that you need to feel particularly loyal to a particular brand. If you want to get a camera that you think is going to serve your purposes, then sure, go for it, buy it. Don't feel that you need to hate on other people for shooting Nikon. Some of the most famous photographers in the world, they shoot in Nikon. Graduated filters are severely underrated. Within graduated filters, there's so much you can do with them. You can really draw emphasis towards someone. You can use luminance masks, you can use color masks, and really start to drive the viewer's eye and attention to a particular subject. And I think it is so powerful, but it can be horrendously overused by the kind of people that will turn grain and saturation all the way up to 1,000 if it could. Although they are phenomenally powerful, use them with caution. I've recently found white background testing, and so what I mean by that, when you're on Lightroom, you're editing your photos, sometimes it's late at night and your screen is really dark or it's really bright because a window's coming through. It's hard to gauge how correctly exposed the image is and what your edit actually looks like. And what I found to be incredibly useful is what I like to call the white background test. Scroll very slightly back until you've got a white frame or a white border around your image, and you can get a much better idea what your image will actually look like. And so for this reason, it is severely underrated. So this is a big one here. I think that Instagram for photographers is severely overrated. People often think that more followers, more likes, more engagement will result in getting bigger, better jobs, bigger, better clients. And whilst that is true to a certain extent, a lot of these big photographers, their business model is more like influencers. So they make money based off like YouTube content, sponsored posts and ads. And what performs on Instagram isn't necessarily what clients want. I've never had a client ask me for like an Instagram style photo. And a lot of them want clean images because they want to give off a professional, clean brand. And they want to use photography to show that. They don't want to have a super edited, they want to just have beautiful photos to show off their brand, their company. And whilst many of these photographers are much better than me, and I think that they are fantastic, I think that when you're starting out, it's very easy to put a lot of emphasis on Instagram being your holy grail, the thing that matters most. Reaching out to clients via email is probably better for your business. This one I've got mixed feelings about, and this is headphones in street photography. So I think that in one respect that they are underrated in that you can get into your own world, into your own bubble. It really helps you get into your flow and it can make it feel a lot simpler. You're just here to take photos. You're not worried about what the sound is over there. But I also think that they are overrated because sometimes those sounds make you think, oh, wonder what's going on there. Maybe I should consider taking photos of that. And by not having headphones, you also become more involved in what's going on in your environment and you can really capture the mood better. Underrated, overrated, so let's just say properly rated. Low light images that are really noisy, I think, are underrated. So a lot of people who aren't photographers don't really care about a noisy image, but also even if you use the noise reduction slider, people aren't really that aware that an image has lost sharpness. And so if there is something that you really want to capture, shoot it. Bump your ISO up. Don't worry about it too much, because I think that we can get caught up in the photographer's world. What are the photographers going to think of us? But at the end of the day, if it's a cool image that you like, shoot it. I think that mirrorless cameras are underrated. And so if you're a DSLR fanboy, you're probably gonna hate me. I love being able to use my EVF to see exactly what I'm going to take a photo of, whether it's correctly exposed, what it looks like, everything about it, and then just almost like screenshot it. That's how I see mirrorless cameras. When I use them, that's what the experience feels like. I get that it's important to know your settings, but is it? If I can take amazing photos with a lot less effort and be more aware of what's going on, and to be able to never miss a photo or to rarely miss a photo, isn't that the goal? I still think the mirrorless is phenomenal. I absolutely love it. And yeah, I don't think I would ever go back to shooting on a DSLR. So that was the first edition of Photographers Overrated, Underrated. If you enjoyed this, then please let me know in the comments below whether you agree with something, disagree with something, and if there's something that you think is severely overrated or underrated. I would love to know. And until next time, peace.